Well, hey everybody, it's Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. Well, what doesn't last 1,000 years is a wedding canopy you're using for storage. So high winds here in Texas and up to 80, wind gust up to 80, tornadic, right, at that level. Tore this poor little storage shed to pieces, but I've got a plan and I'm going to go ahead and just make a note of this. In 2 days, Saturday, I've got a big crew coming out to build a sawmill. And I'm hoping to attach, at least rough in, a permanent storage facility for the sawmill and all of this building material. Let's take a quick look at what's inside since the panels are all torn off. Rotate. All right, of most importance to me is all of these doors. Now, some of these oak doors I'm going to use on the storage building that I've got set up in there. But I have antique doors and panels that are going there where the truck is. That's going to be a reciprocal ceiling, come out a little bit in a curve. And so all of these logs and everything I'm doing are all related to that. But I think I've got all the building supplies for that. I've got some more hurricane shutters when I do the other side of the building, the same as that with side windows and exit to the backyard. The backyard here will have a hacienda style kitchen as well as an outdoor washer and dryer that will bleed out so that I don't have to worry about freezing. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I've got glass tables that I picked up at a salvage for not much money, like $100 for the whole slab. 4 foot high, and those will be for the sunroofs when I do the reciprocal ceiling. There's various equipment and supplies in here. A little bit of insulation left over. Most of it's done. This table will be part of my library when I build my library. Really cool odds and ends. There's lots of cool odds and ends in here that I've collected here and there. That hand pump, I can use a hand pump down to about 40 to 60 feet, maybe 80 feet if I'm strong. So maybe if I hit a shallow well, that will be part of it. Lots of good things, but it all needs to be cleaned up. I've got a new lawnmower for this year. That's good. That's good. I'll try to get the panels fixed up here that tore off during the wind. I haven't looked to see how damaged they are. I've got bigger fish to fry. Let's take a look at some other things. Once I get the sawmill done Saturday, I'll be able to get on this, and I want to earth bag up to the top, and then I have some things to repair. There's a crack there where that C-clamp is, a crack there where that is. And even though it's underwater, right there's cracks in the bottom, which I'll patch and fiberglass in there. And then I'll have about 12,000 gallons of water or so in this storage container. Where the truck is where the roof will be. 2 reciprocal ceilings over the, there'll be stairs going up to the patio roof, and that will be an Archimedes bridge style roof, which I built a demo one way over there on the bridge. We'll walk over and take a look at that because I've done some other work. I've been picking up after this windstorm quite a bit, actually. Once it hit my little storage building, it drug everything out of there that was inconsequential. All my insulation, anything that was under 20 pounds got picked up and carried away. So anyway, I've been working on that all day today. Rotate. But this, I've got a lot cleared out. Now this is important because this is what I'm going to work on today as well. But there's my garden turned over, ready to plant when Leah comes out. I'll let her help me plant it. I'm still working that part of the garden. I like this. I use all of the leftover mesquite that I'm finding to build the garden, protect the garden. I think I'm getting high enough the cattle won't get in that. So the big pieces of mesquite that are big enough to run and cut up on a bandsaw or cut up on my sawmill, I will. Mesquite is a super hard wood, and it's beautiful, but a lot of people don't turn it into boards. One, it's hard to find. Normally people see mesquite like this, just a little scruffy thing, but that kind of wood is sure pretty. It's I don't know, like the hickory of the South, if you will, or something. All right, let's take a look here. Remember earlier I said the bridge will, or the roof will have an Archimedes bridge. So that same design will be over the top of the roof that you see underneath the concrete. It's actually cedar, coyote fence, and cedar beams and an Archimedes style bridge, gravity bridge over all that. That was a design to make sure I could do it in concept, and I sure can. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sawmill today. All right, this is the Saturday's project. So what you're looking at there is a cedar post of more than 20 feet that was put up there as the ridge post, strapped in. Now, Saturday's project will be to delimb all of these trees up to 8 or 9 feet. All of them, everything you're seeing here will be delimbed up to 8 or 9 feet. This will be tied off. If you'll notice, I'm using the cedar to my advantage there, right? But it will actually be tied off, and then we'll put the rafters in and tin it all. I've got stacks of tin there and some more there that I've been collecting from Craigslist. So me and I'll have one crew clearing the trees. I don't like 2 people on a tree unless one's using a lopper, but you know, have them all clean these all out. Once we get them cleaned out, I think I could make a decision which ones will stay, and I'll turn into permanent storage. You know, I'll use that like as a corner post for permanent storage. But there's the sawmill. So these are oak. The middle there is oak, 2 shorter sections. These are the reciprocal ceilings that in the Archimedes bridge that'll go over the building. So the sawmill is there and has been in storage the whole time. I haven't started it for the year, so I'm going to put a battery charger on it today and start mending the battery, giving it a trickle charge. These cedars, I'm not going to strip them until after I cut. What I'm going to do is rack them on the sawmill and cut a flat so that I could use them as a flat against the connexes there, and then build from there. So you know, I'll cut a flat and then I'll go there. All right, so there's my lumber yard, right? And where my shipping container is. I've been clearing. I had 8 logs in here, and I got them all cleared. This is the last one for me to delimb and buck up and put in storage. Once that's done, I'll start giving a try at this thing here. But I got a big crew coming out, so I think it's more important that I set this up for them to be able to work on Saturday. But with the high wind, it's hard. I was going to set out a table, get my fasteners, my rafter hangers, all of that good stuff. All right, so earlier I talked about delimbing all of this. Yes, I'm going to delimb it all. But I'm not sure what side I'm going to build the storage on. When I take a look at this side and I see trees here to there and trees here, it just begs for me to put the storage in this area, along in this area between these trees, using the cedars as leverage, and I think that's what we'll end up doing. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm working on my cell phone, so apologies for the wind noise. I know there'll be a little wind pop in here. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up the tree there, the last tree that I have to delimb. And maybe I'm going to start on some of this stuff, at least so I can see and get a vision, and start staging for this Saturday. I have to go buy lumber for everybody. So I have all of the fasteners, but I don't have the lumber. And over that ridge pole, rotate, over that ridge pole right there is where I'm going to end up building our rafters, right, with tin, so I could put my sawmill underneath there and have the full length so I could bring a log in, dropped it down. And hopefully Saturday I'll get the roof all the way up, get the trees cleared out, maybe take a look at a design and spray paint the grass so I know how I'm doing that, as well as I want to relocate that and get it underneath the shed. I will put some temporary posts in the way there that either angled so I can get a log in, or something, right? So that the roof won't tear off in the wind. Anyway, I did a lot of work that I didn't make it on the video. I've been cleaning up brush and wind damage and delimbing, bucking up trees, quite a few of them. I got this one last one. We'll go ahead and buck it up and take a look at the project for Saturday. That's going to be my sole focus from here on out the next 2 days. All right, so I've got Franz and Scott out here. They're clearing this tree for me. We've all said, oh, we should have taken a before picture. Fortunately, I did, but I wanted a stop motion. What about these guys hit this thing running? I think about 40 minutes. They cleared both of these trees out. Let's take a quick look. I told them, and I haven't drawn it yet, how I'm going to do the roof and what it'll look like. I'll bring out my paper when I have Stacy and Anthony coming out to do the rafters, and I'll take a moment and draw some. I've got to go pick up Gatlin. He's going to help clear brush. What would I do next, Scott? I think you did good here. So what I'd like to do is the same thing. Those two, yeah, and just take the branches on the other side of those. I'm going to run stop motion. If you're, at the top of the hour, just leave if I'm not here. But okay, so what I'm going to do, this will be the sawmill, right? And you guys, the sawmill will be parked underneath here. I'll have the sawmill house here. The end will have another little sawmill house to tie it in. In the middle, I'm going to double up a couple of rafters so it's stronger in the middle. I might put a temporary post in the middle, off and on. Yeah. Right? I'll get a metal post. Right. All right, so it'll be 6 foot on each side, so plenty of room. Open air, I could come in from either side. That's why I want that cleared, so I could bring logs from either side or pull the timber off the other side. And then, you see this? I'm thinking this is begging to be storage.
Right. That'd be nice.
Right? Yeah, because you see how my lumber yard, it's trashy. Right. My construction yard looks trashy. I'd like to get everything out of the connexes and in here. So eventually, I'll hyper adobe this and maybe use those trees somehow or another. These two lined up, right? Mm-hmm. Like I could physically imagine myself making a big 30 by 20 by whatever storage yard, especially if I get the sawmill running and I could just cut the logs myself. Yeah. And maybe just side it with the skin, right, for now. So that's my thought on all of that. I'm going to put this on stop motion while we work. You guys need a break, 15-minute break?
No, we're good. We only got a little bit. You want this coyote vent stuff, or is it?
Yeah, it's all getting thrown together for now, but I'll have Gatlin start sorting out or lobbing the little stuff. He's not legal age to use a chainsaw, but he's legal age. I could have him use a lopper and clean this out. So I figured while Anthony and Stacy are helping me do that, I can have him working these brush piles down.
And then, so like on this here, you just kind of clear on this side of it?
I would do the same thing you did here, but this mesquite could go. Okay. Right? You don't have to worry about that mesquite, Bronze can clear you a path. That's the problem with these. Getting in them's a bitch.
Getting in.
And
I can lop so you can get in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, lop, maybe right in through here. Maybe lop them a little path.
Yeah. This might be a good stuff right here.
Yeah. Well, I started piling logs up, or coyote fence.
Actually, I could probably just go ahead and get in here. Yeah, I think I can.
So anyway, pretty exciting day today. What a nice day for it. I'm sweating, but it's not that hot. I'm going to guess 72 maybe, 74.
It's supposed to get up to 80.
80, all right. 80 will be a little warm for this work.
Cut these two?
Yeah, Franz, all these trees here, we're going to clear around the same way. and then I can make a decision what I'm going to use them for. I might log them, I might use them as walls. I don't know yet, you know. I sure do like working like this though, man.
Yeah.
If I hit the lottery, I'm gonna finish building this house and then maybe just start a construction company. All right, I'm gonna put you on stop motion while all of this goes on so we could watch that. I always enjoy the stop motion. It looks like, oh, look how much you get done in 5 minutes, but it represents hours, you know, so. But let me go ahead and set you up. All right, we're recording the game plan here. I'm gonna sketch it first and then I'll show the camera. So this is what I'm envisioning, right? Here's the ridge pole, right? Running out the ridge pole.
Yeah.
8-foot sections is what I'm thinking. All right, so the bracket.
Yep.
Right? A 12-foot 2x4 out. You know, 12 foot.
Okay.
I would do the next one, I'd go down 8 foot and I'd put the next one in, right? And this is my thought, and maybe it won't work. And the reason why I'm thinking that is because then we could put the backer board on it. And when we hang the rafters, right? So then the rafter will come in 6-foot sections.
Yeah.
And just be bolted onto the side. And the top can stick up, and I'll go in with the chainsaw and cut the top, right?
Okay.
And then I would end up, and I won't use the brackets there. I'll just screw the two, the rafters coming down, right?
Yeah.
So the rafters will come down. This would be the same way, rafter, right? 6-foot, 6-foot cross rafter there. And that way I think it'll make up the slack of the board being weird. And then in between would be 23-inch batting boards between, right, to keep it all from getting twisted. So there'll be 23-inch spacers between all these rafters. So then every 2 foot I would put in a rafter. That's my idea, and I'm going to start right there. Then eventually that side, which will have the sawmill, I'll bring down post, right, and I'll put in a little window here, right. Now that's not a today project, just the rafters today.
Yeah.
And then the sawmill will park in there.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll tin that when we're done. So, so that's my idea with these 12-footers. The 8-foots will cut in half, and there'll be two. 8-foot. No, I bought 32. I bought enough 8-foots that I could cut 2 foot off. That's what I was thinking.
To 6 foot.
Yeah, so it'll stick over at first.
And then you're using that 2 foot.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. These are 8 foot to start with, and then they'll just stick up, and then I'll cut them with a chainsaw.
And then take that 2 foot off.
And that way we don't have to F around. We could just bang, 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 bang. And I'll come back through and
as long as the bottom's good.
As long as,
and then the top will just
right. And then those tin are 12 foot, so I'll end up cutting those in, and then the tin will fit there, and then I'll just get a tin over the peak is what I'll do. Okay. So let's do the first one and see if my vision makes any sense.